Hello and welcome. My name is Sam Bourgeois. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about an online assessment tool for teachers called QuestionPress. To find this, just go ahead and type in QuestionPress.com into your browser. And when you get to the home page, I'm going to click on Sign Up. And you can do a free trial account. It's fully functional, but you're limited to 5 responders. These trial accounts also come with 35 responder bursts, so you can give QuestionPress. So you can read those details on your own there. You can do a paid individual account with authorization code from a group, or group account purchasing. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the free trial account just to show you how this works. And you can later upgrade to the paid version whenever you need to. Okay, and then when it's asking you to enter your information, just fill in all of your data. So I'm going to go ahead and put my name in, my screen name. I'm going to call it S. Bourgeois. Maybe add a 1 just to make it unique. And I'm going to go ahead and do sbourgeois1, my email address. Okay, and then I'll enter my local time. It is currently 2:57. And my login, I'll do sbourgeois1. Password will be make sure they're right. And I have read and agreed to those terms. So here we are. We can create a new session. Let's do a new asynchronous session, live session, or polling session. Before we do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and build in some question lists, some sample tests that we can do. And I'll go ahead and import from another QuestionPress user, because if I import from another QuestionPress user, then I can take the code that they might have used on their quiz, like for example, a code that I happen to have here, which is RRJPGZ, and import list. Now what I'm importing is a sample set created by a technologist that works for the state. And this is a sample quiz or a sample test for the SBA. It's the Standards-Based Assessments from Alaska. So you can see that these are correct answers to the sample questions. And what you can do now is go onto the Alaska EED website and print out those sample tests, or give them to your students online as PDFs. And then those students can go ahead and take this test, and this is going to score their results for you. You don't have to worry about Scantrons or grading by hand. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our current session. We can start up a test or an assessment with this information that we have in our question list that we're looking at right now. We're going to create a new asynchronous session using that test code that we just imported. So I'm going to go ahead and put SBA as the name of this test. I'm going to use the reading practice test book, which is the code I imported a few moments ago. I'll use one of my bursts if I need to. I'll allow multiple enrollments. I'll make it anonymous. This is going to be formative. I'll put in a quick 4-digit code there. I'll allow messages. I'm not going to allow responders to answer questions out of order though, because I do want them to be in order so I can compare all their data side by side, and I don't want to mess anything up with my test booklet. So multi-view, the responders can see more than one question at a time. I can go ahead and turn that off. I can do instant feedback. When they're done, I'll say, good job. And we can have no reporting of the scores other than what I want to do. Okay, we've got everything ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Start Session. And once I start the session, it's going to load up those questions there. And here we are, responder 0. Let me go ahead and move this over just a little bit, because now I'm going to act as though I were a student, and I'm going to launch Firefox side by side. So in a new browser, now I'm acting as a student. I'm going to bookmark QuestionPress in my student's browser on their mobile devices, or maybe just send them a link out to that page. And to get into this class or this session, again, I'll just type in 4 zeros and enroll. And here's question 1. I'll say the answer is A, submit. And as I'm submitting, it says you are incorrect. The correct answer was B, and now you can see that information right here. Question 1, student number 1 said A, and that was incorrect. I'll continue to the next question. I'll say B, submit. Again, you can watch the information right over here on the left. It says that student A, or student number 1, entered letter B for question number 2, which is worth 1 point there. Continue to the next question. And you can see how those things just populate. Good job, I got it right that time. I'll keep going. Now, if you were using this in your classroom, what you might want to do is pass out that question booklet, and maybe have their laptops open next to them, or maybe a mobile device, maybe even a smartphone open next to them, and they can answer these questions. You can see that it is formatted very well, and it does indeed fit the layout and the aspect ratio of your typical smartphone. You can see it says responder 1, anonymous. I could enter my name if I turned it on the settings to enter student names and track that data. Otherwise, I'm just going to use this as a formative assessment tool. Okay, I hope you learned something fun here. If you have any questions, be sure to email me at sbourgeois@loweryukon.org, and I can answer any questions for you here. We have Lynn Fabbage to thank for the codes, and I'll post those at the end of the video as well.